Auch an diesem Entscheidungstag wird bis einschließlich zum Finale die Distanz Best of 11 Legs gespielt. Man braucht also 6 Legs, um in das Viertelfinale einzuziehen. Und der Caller dieses ersten Achtelfinals ist der Calculator, Kirk Bevins. Herzlich willkommen.
Peter Wright, the perfect candidate to start the party at the Saxon Arena for the final day of action here at the International Darts Open. Snakebite just 6 legs away from his 100th career win on the European Tour. And even though he's the favourite to win a 5th European title this year, just cast your mind back a couple of weeks to Mannheim when the man alongside him on stage beat him 6-2 in the second round. Sunday certainly has a lot to live up to. 10+ averages yesterday from the likes of Dave Chisnell, the defending champ Mensur Suljovic, Alan Norris, Simon Whitlock, and the pick of the bunch from Joe Cullen. All of those players in the frame, and so too are the 4 qualifiers to have made it this far. 8 third-round matches this afternoon, and from 7 tonight, the quarters, the semis and the final itself. Snakebites and the Rebel first up on stage, and first up alongside me, Rob Malarkey, it's Dan Dawson.
Yeah, good afternoon. Third round action this afternoon, quarterfinals, semi-finals and the final to come. No MVG here this weekend. He's having a baby shower for his little daughter. Oh, isn't that nice, eh? But £25,000 is going to somebody, and Peter Snakebite Wright, well, he's the obvious candidate. He's won 4 this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg is Ronnie to throw first. Game on.
But as you said, Rob, just a couple of weeks ago, R.Huybrechts not only beat Peter Wright, he beat him for the first time in 4 years, and he inflicted his heaviest defeat on Peter Wright in his career. A 3rd career victory in 8 meetings, and that 6-2 margin brought to an end a losing run for the Rebel against Peter Wright. Well, it wasn't just a losing run, he was getting battered every single time. 6-2 and 6-1 in leg play, and twice at the World Championships, losing 4-0 and 4-1 in sets.
100.
So Peter Wright has wiped the floor with the Rebel in their 4 previous meetings until that weekend in Mannheim. And a massive weekend for R.Huybrechts as well. Got him into the World Grand Prix. It has put him pretty much safe now that he's qualified for this for the European Championship.
Yeah.
So it was a win that was worth thousands and thousands of pounds for R.Huybrechts. And who knows, a run at the European Championship and or the Grand Prix, it could be worth hundreds of thousands.
44.
Yeah, 10,000 on the European Order of Merit prior to this weekend. Guaranteed at least 3 here, so he is safe for Hasselt. Just to further illustrate how emphatic it was in Mannheim as well. 8 played in 4 of those legs. Wright didn't have a dart at a double as well.
100.
So that tells you how good a performance it was. Just a further nod to yesterday as well. I mentioned the ton+ averages that we saw, an abundance of them. Even Daryl Gurney had one in defeat, by the way. But the checkouts,
100.
once again, really catching the eye. Rob Cross with the best of the lot, 170. You won't see more than that this weekend.
You won't. But you won't see Rob Cross this weekend either. Because he lost.
He did. That was one of these stories yesterday. Stories potentially in the making again today.
85.
This is one of them. Moulenkamp or Josh Payne. Ron Moulenkamp on the verge of a first Euro Tour quarterfinal. He has been this far before, just once. Josh Payne has made it to the last 8 on the Euro circuit before. Peter Jakes, Dennis Nielsen still involved as well.
And all of these guys in the same half of the draw.
100.
The bottom half of the draw, all the seeded players made it through. This top half, we've seen 5 of them knocked out. And some of the big ones as well, some of the top seeds. Number 4, number 5, Rob Cross, number 9. Oh, no, number 13, sorry, Rob Cross.
99. Beats Uruguay 157.
It's on. And now it's not. And R.Huybrechts has a chance for double 10. The omens aren't good for Peter Wright this tournament. I mean, not only is he playing Ronnie again for the second time in a fortnight after Ronnie gave him a bit of a toweling in Mannheim. He just stares down this double 10. Solid stuff from R.Huybrechts, 16 darter. But this particular tournament, the International Darts Open, we've had it at the Saxon Arena for 2 years prior to this one. In both tournaments, Peter Wright's come here, won his opening, and then in the 3rd round, he's played very well. He averaged 107 last year in the third round and was beaten 6-3 by Simon Whitlock. The year before, he averaged 100 and was beaten in the deciding leg by Stephen Bunting.
Not a happy hunting ground.
No, not really.
41.
It is fair to say, though, this year, Peter Wright has gone from being an ever-present on the Euro Tour who looks like he could win one, because he had won one prior to start this year, to a man who looks likely to win them. And he's won 4 this year. The start of the year, he was almost untouchable. Beat MVG 6-0 in the final of one of these. Managed to hold off Benito van der Pas despite 110 average to win a final in Saarbrücken. And with no MVG here, he is the obvious candidate to go on and claim the title, particularly when a lot of the other candidates, the big name candidates, have gone out in his half of the draw. However,
100.
R.Huybrechts is obviously a stumbling block. Jelle Klaassen, with no MVG here, and played pretty solidly yesterday. He's got to be a candidate. And Dave Chisnell, 7 180s yesterday. Chizzy, after 6 weeks off, just spat out the board, that one. After 6 weeks off, he's looked a bit rusty. Hasn't been hitting the maximums, Dave Chisnell, but yesterday he was banging them in with regularity. Single 9, leaves double 16. Much better stuff from Peter Snakebite Wright.
And that's one of the reasons why Chizzy started the day as the second favourite behind Peter Wright. Wright in the 9-4 region, Chizzy at 9-2, Sulovic, the defending champ, at 11-2, and Joe Cullen, the fourth favourite, at 10-1, as R.Huybrechts looks to apply some pressure here with a 180. It may be all in vain here, because Wright's looking at double 16 to level the match at 1 apiece.
He's got 2 visits at this as well. R.Huybrechts halved his score, but not down to a finish.
Well, he was 2 from 8 in his defeat by Huybrechts in Mannheim. And he's missed 3 darts at double there as well. Huybrechts will just keep chipping away. He could do with at least 1 treble here just to keep him interested and just to ask the question again.
60.
Just the 60. So he's down to a Shanghai. Right again, looking at double 16 once more. 3 more darts in hand. Surely this time. I'll say that.
16.
Rushed that last dart.
And
And he did this yesterday against Chris Quantock. The opening leg took about 10 minutes because neither man could hit a double. They both ended up in the madhouse. Ronnie needs to find treble 20.
Oh,
Doesn't get it, but
that would have been one heck of a steal.
it would. But if Peter Wright continues to get nowhere near the doubles, it won't matter. It's near.
Oof. Well. 9 missed opportunities for Peter Wright. And R.Huybrechts is in the frame again here. He can't believe his good fortune here, R.Huybrechts. He still has to make the most of it. 2 goes at tops. Look at the anguish on the face of R.Huybrechts here.
He did pin double 10 first dart last time out, though, didn't he?
50. BC require 8.
Now then, Peter. Double 2. He is in the madhouse again, Peter Wright. And he does pin it. And a ridiculous leg of darts. He did this against Chris Quantock yesterday, where he just could not find a double until he got down to double 1. And it took him 3 or 4 legs to get going. Once he did, he fired in 4 180s and the average climbed up to the high 80s. But it was never going to be a particularly good average because the opening leg or 2 was just horrific stuff.
140.
Well, you talked earlier about the fact he's not really had a great time of things in reset in the 2 previous editions of this tournament, and also the fact he was beaten by Huybrechts 6-2 in Mannheim. I think there are many people who wouldn't have been rushing to back Peter Wright at 7-1 on today, by the way. And there's a further illustration as to why that might have been a particularly bold decision to do so.
Well, I mentioned this
Huybrechts,
yesterday.
the outsider.
He has been very good, Peter Wright, at bouncing back from disappointments. And it was a massive disappointment for Peter Wright at the Champions League of Darts last weekend in Cardiff, because he had Gary Anderson. He had him right where he wanted him. And for the second time in a high-profile TV game this year, Peter Wright missed handfuls of darts at double to win. Did it in the Premier League final against Michael van Gerwen. And then he did it against Gary Anderson, which would have put him through to the knockout rounds of semi-finals. And he might well have gone on and claimed another big TV title had he seen off Anderson. Anderson, of course, the beaten finalist in the end. Mensur Suljovic, our defending champion here, claiming his first big TV
100
trophy. Not there at the minute for Peter Snakebite Wright, is it?
Game shot on the third.
14 darter for R.Huybrechts.
Much neater, much tidier. Over to you, Peter Wright. And maybe R.Huybrechts playing with a greater degree of freedom now. He is absolutely shooed in for the European Championship as well. Just to have relieved any pressure that might have been on his shoulders coming into this one. 6-4 win over Ted Everts in the first round. 6-4 again against Christo Reyes in the second. He beat Roxy James Rodriguez and Robert Allenstein in the qualifying schedule on Thursday night. Not involved next weekend, or sorry, next month in the final European Tour event of the year in Göttingen. He lost to Ian Konterman 6-3 in the first round of qualifying for that one on Thursday night. We had a Euro qualifying double header here in Riesa. Seventh European Tour appearance of the year for R.Huybrechts. Peter Wright
140
in the money once again, and looking good to level things up. That said, he was in great shape in the second leg, wasn't he? But took an eternity to find that double.
Yeah, I'm just having a look over on the table over there.
100.
You can see there are 3 darts of Peter Wright. He's got the same stems, or same flights, different stems, I think, as Peter Wright now. Looks at double 18. And levels this match up. It's a 12 darter, and it's Peter Wright finally just warming up into this game, as he did in the Quantock match. I think he's changed his darts, you know.
Yeah, Paul Nicholson alluded to that earlier, but you can never tell because he, like you say, he's
85.
got a lot of material on that table.
Yeah, well, I think he's... I have to admit, I stopped paying that much attention to which darts he's throwing because I can't keep track and I can't tell some of them apart. But these, I think these are different from the ones he started the match with.
100.
And let's face it, before he's changed midway through matches as well.
Well, he has done it before, yeah, of course, yeah. And it doesn't matter. I mean, he practices with one set and then he'll go and use another set in a game. The thing is, he changes so much, it shouldn't really make much of a difference. But this is Peter Wright, who said, I'm sticking with these darts now for the rest of the year, and he's managed to change, what, one leg into this game. But
60.
the thing is, he's got back level in this match. Ronnie's not going to change his darts. Possibly ever.
Lovely side angle there, just illustrating how perfectly pitched in those two were at treble 19. Huybrechts down to 2-2-2.
There you see Peter Wright, he's, for my money, one of the best in the world. If he does block some of that treble 20 bed, he's one of, if not the best in the world, that's still finding his way through to it. He's very stubborn, but he's able to do that better than anybody else. Other players you advise to switch, but with Peter Wright, you just feel that he can find a route, and he'll probably stay there anyway. Yeah, just like that.
Yep. 1-2-1 away. 1-1 away. And again, he's setting himself high standards, isn't he? Not happy with that final dart, but he'll be hopeful of returning. But we have seen so many big finishes this weekend, and it's on here for Ronnie Huybrechts. He needs the bullseye. Would you believe it, Ronnie Huybrechts? Oh.
139.
It was nearly our third 164 checkout of the weekend. We've seen a 170 as well.
Yeah, you don't want to do 164 because the players who hit them lose. Justin Pike was one. Dragutin Horvat was the other.
I thought he might leave tops because he struggled in the bottom left part of the board.
61.
Yeah.
Ronnie requires 25.
Well, that was a chance to break for Peter Wright. Huybrechts with 2 darts at double eights.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Ronnie Huybrechts.
Finishing very well indeed, as he did in that 6-2 win in Mannheim. 6 from 8 on his doubles that day. He averaged over 96 as well.
Our first maximum for Peter Wright, and it was about this sort of time against Chris Quantock that he started to put his foot down and move through the gears. Now, I would not advise Peter Wright, as he's, plan A is to go out there and play horrifically for the first 3 or 4 legs and then start turning it on. But turn it on at some point, Peter. Like now, because that is back-to-back 180s for Peter Snakebite Wright and the world number 3. Once again this weekend, we see somebody on the 141 after 6 darts. Can the curse of Ross Smith be broken and we see the perfect leg on the European Tour? What is the answer, Ron Malarkey?
It will be a resounding no from me. Prove me wrong, Peter Wright.
Malarkey says no. And Malarkey, sadly, is correct.
109.
But he's on a 10-darter. Fantastic leg of darts from Peter Snakebite Wright.
Superb. Absolutely superb. Huybrechts may well have given up on this one, although if Peter Wright reverts to the sort of finishing he produced in the first leg, it may well go on a little longer. Back in that corner of the board, though, again, Dan. No problem this time. No problem whatsoever. Good match this. Really good encounter between these two. It's really delivering.
There you see. Peter Wright winning legs of 11 and 12 and 24. He's managed to win 2 of his 3 legs in fewer darts than it took to win the other one. Madness. Ronnie Huybrechts just at that solid Ronnie level. 43%. If anything, this isn't as good as, or as well as Ronnie Huybrechts has played so far this weekend. He's had a couple of 6-4 wins, both with averages around the 93-94 mark. But his finishing is slightly better so far today than it was in those previous games. So his scoring has been better in the other games, while his finishing has dragged the average down a bit.
Yeah.
And you kind of feel that if he's got, 84 average, it shouldn't be enough to beat the world number 3. It might yet be. First 9. Just highlighting how Ronnie Huybrechts has not been scoring as you would expect him to do, as you would expect he needs to do if he's going to overcome Peter Wright for the 2nd time running.
Well, very important last dart there for Ronnie Huybrechts. Peter Wright, though, with a good chance to really steal the darts here. There's one treble, another one would leave him very handily placed indeed to do precisely that. Still not down to a finish, but he has a cushion on the Huybrechts throw hit.
Ton 40 leaves the 164. Could do a little better than that.
140.
Well, he has left the 164. He's already had a look at it. We've already seen it twice. But this time, Ronnie, it might have to go. That's a blocker dart, but again, Peter Wright's going to try and stay up there. This time it doesn't work.
60. Ronnie Uruguay 164.
Well, another opportunity here. And Wright on 127. Grimace on the face of Ronnie.
Uruguay 127.
Far from happy with that. This is very, very gettable indeed for Peter Wright. Treble 19.
Snarl from the UK Open champion.
99.
Feels he should have given himself a dart for the leg. R.Huybrechts. I think it'll be 418s for double 16. That is the route. And there are the 418s. Crucial.
A
lot of tension in that final dart.
28.
Peter Wright looking at double 14 for the break of throw, the potentially decisive break of throw in a match of this nature, and nothing wrong with that one either.
I think it's Peter to throw first. Game on.
That could be a devastating blow for R.Huybrechts.
Well, R.Huybrechts in both his previous games started well, got in front, should have had his opponents buried, but they came back at him and he kind of fell over the line. Happened against Cristo Reyes, happened against Ted Evans. In this one, it may just be that Ronnie has gone out and he's been the better player at the start of the match. And once again, he's not taken full advantage of it. And his luck may have run out here at the International Darts Open. Because Peter Wright is playing nowhere near his capabilities. However, he's certainly stepped it up a gear.
91.
Yeah. Well, even if he wins the tournaments this weekend, Peter Wright will not be at the top of the European Order of Merit, given the deficit at the moment. It's £3,000 on Michael van Gerwen. 25 bags for the winner here.
25 bags?
Bags, yeah.
All right.
£25,000 sterling to the untrained ear.
25 bags.
100.
George Noble.
And the winner of this match will face either Jelle Klaassen or Peter Jakes. We follow the draw bracket as far as this afternoon's schedule is concerned. As always, on the final day of the European Tour, it's one of the traditions that we adhere to time and time and time again. It will never change.
125.
Well, Peter Wright halves his score. R.Huybrechts is going to have to pile in a couple of trebles to get down to a finish. There's one of them.
Not
enough, Ronnie. Not enough. So no need to go ball 25 ball. But he's gone that way anyway and hit the 14.
37.
Yeah.
Stuttering here and dropping his flights, and
I think that's there. You should have to go. And now he's got problems, Peter Wright, because he may only get a dart at the bullseye here, because he's had that poor setup shot. R.Huybrechts is waiting to pounce, and if he does get a break back, R.Huybrechts, game on.
Real shame about those points on the floor there as well for Ronnie. But double 14 once again for Peter Wright.
Game shot the 8th leg.
And there it is. He consolidates the break. He leads 5-3. He is one away from that 100th win on the European Tour in his illustrious career. Well, and more importantly, a place in the quarters here.
A brace of finishers on the Mensur for Peter Wright. Takes him from 3-all to 5-3 up. Here, of course, at the International Darts Open, the first tournament won by Mensur Suljovic in the PDC. And will defend champion fifth game this afternoon against Gerwyn Price, looking to overturn a hideous record against the Welsh number 1. Peter Wright looking to reassert himself in his... Oh, dear me.
Well, he's not reasserting himself here.
Oh, my word, it's a score of 11.
I think. As far as he's concerned.
It's got to be quite interesting anyway. When you're a major champion in the world number 3, everybody has poor visits. But you scored 11, and then there's one of the most popular players in the world, particularly here in Germany. A significant chunk of the 3,000 fans have just laughed at Peter Wright there. Adding insult to injury.
6 starts without a treble here as well for Peter Wright now.
We hit treble 3.
Well, yeah, sorry. A significant treble. Something worthwhile.
81.
Ronnie has, though.
Huybrechts 290 points clear.
Surely this one's in the bag, although stranger things have happened.
140.
12 darts Peter Wright needed in the first leg to take out that double in the end, double 1.
$58.
Chipping away, but a bit of time to play with. Only really a maximum that will worry Ronnie Huybrechts.
$85.
That certainly won't worry him.
84.
Breathing space here for Ronnie.
Game shot
And it's a 4th leg on the board. He is still involved. He needs to win the next 2, but well, that's all he could do for the time being. Hold his throw, and then if the opportunity comes along here, all well and good. Now, if Peter Wright starts off with 11 again, he might be in the money, but he won't be starting off with 11 because he's found the treble 20 with the first dart, and that's more like it from Peter Wright. No messing around on this very important, potentially final leg.
Well, an average of 88 in his opening game, Peter Wright, dragged down by some horrific stuff at the start of his match with Chris Quantock. He's only averaging 90 at the minute. Again, well, 91. Again, dragged down by some pretty ropey stuff at the start of the game, but it looks like he might be edging towards another victory and a spot in the final session of action.
134.
But it's fair to say, you don't really think Peter Wright is going to add to his haul of 4 Euro Tour titles if he continues to play in this manner. And Ronnie Huybrechts isn't done quite yet.
$100.
5 19s leaves a 170. There's 3 of them. Oh, Ronnie. 201 left. So, got to find a treble. And he hasn't got it.
Nope.
Loose dart has cost him. Peter Wright, no need to use the bullseye routes.
$46.
It's another poor setup shot from that sort of distance, and there's a chance here, you know.
Ton 40 for Huybrechts here will make things very interesting indeed. Or anything like that.
Ton 50 would be even better, wouldn't it?
Oh,
very nearly.
Very nearly.
Peter Wright, he got away with this earlier when he had an awful setup shot from 125. Not a very good setup shot from 127. And he only gets 1 at the ball for the match. And he narrowly misses, and Ronnie Huybrechts for a break throw to take us all the way. And the Belgian would have the throw in the decider. 2 darts for Ronnie. For 5 all, he's hitting 40% of his darts at double. Touch and go whether this goes. Can Ronnie hold it together?
that could well be that. That was his chance. But Peter Wright still has work to do. And he's gone the other way to double four, avoiding that bottom left-hand corner and avoiding any potential pitfalls that may have come his way. And there were certainly one or two pitfalls for Peter Wright in the course of that one, needing 12 darts at a double to get on the scoreboard, but then slowly but surely began to move in the right direction. An 11-dart leg in the mix as well. He threatened the 9-darter at one stage too. In the end, the average just a shade over 90, and there will have to be room for improvements if Peter Wright is to win a 5th Euro Tour title for 2017. In the meantime, it's a place in the quarter-finals for Snakebite and a 100th win on the European Tour in his career. Congratulations to him. R.Huybrechts, we will see him in the European Championship in Hasselt. He will not be involved in Göttingen, but he's done more than enough this weekend and in Mannheim 2 weeks ago to book his place in Belgium in the European Championship. We will see him there. We'll see Jelle Claassen and Peter Jakes very shortly as well. In the meantime, let's grab a quick word with the first winner of the day.
I would say. As I just said, it was a roller coaster, right? We had 7 perfect darts, and then we had the score 11, and then we had a 24-dart leg. Ups and downs. That's not normal. We know other matches from you.
I'm just struggling in my own game, to be honest, but as you guys will get me through, thank you very much. And it is seriously.
Also, der Dank an euch, ihr habt ihn da durchgebracht.
You know, I've been struggling for the past 3 months with my game. I keep switching darts and stuff like that. I shouldn't be. It's only because I don't believe in myself, but you guys believe in me. That's why I'm still here. Thank you.
But I mean, you won 9 tournaments this year. That's the best year actually you have in your career.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, I don't know. I don't know. I have to go back to the practice board and make sure I'm ready for the next game.
Tell me one thing. You're playing new darts as well. What is actually Red Dragon telling you? If you say, I need new darts, come on, give me new darts. How is that communication? How is the work together?
Red Dragon do a fantastic job. They're behind me 100%. They're just, you know, I know what I need sometimes, and sometimes I don't. I make mistakes, and but next round, I won't be using either a set of these darts. I'll be using me old ones.
Oh, okay. When did you did this decision?
The decision was halfway through this game.
Okay. So cool. See you later again. Thank you very much. Soll ihn trotzdem noch mitnehmen, den letzten Dart. Snakebite Peter Wright, der offen und ehrlich zugibt, dass er sich in den letzten 2-3 Monaten ganz schön schwer tut, obwohl es ja eigentlich sein bestes Jahr in seiner Karriere ist mit 9 Turniersiegen. Und er hat in der Mitte dieses Matches sich geschworen, okay, das Viertelfinale spielst du mit anderen Darts. Red Dragon kommt da tatsächlich kaum hinterher, wie häufig der Kerl die Darts wechselt. Er hat mir noch am Freitag gezeigt, der hat 5